We're back.
I'm scared.
Alright, come on. Just go next day.
However, my relaxation is cut short when my phone rings, startling me out of my daze. Oh, thank God. God damn, this better be good. Oh, it's Yuri.
It's good.
Yes, it's good. Hello?
At Review 2. Hi.
What's up, Yuri?
Tell me if I'm being too forward, but would you mind if I come over to your house right now?
Yeah, sure thing. You just want to hang out, or?
Well, this may be a bit strange for me to say, but my house is a little too quiet for me today. It's not that I'm afraid of the traditional sense of the word. Why does the L keep being there? But I feel very unsettled by myself.
That really is weird. Yuri, of all people, having trouble with things being quiet. Huh? Are your parents not?
No.
This guy's an idiot.
No, they aren't.
Okay, Yuri, I know you're not a good speaker and all, but like, he's a dense idiot.
Yeah, he is the stupidest fucker I have ever seen.
You need to like tell him.
59's good. Alright, you can have a 59 if you want, because like it's probably been a minute
Yeah, I'm
right
too
now.
lazy. Do you want me to meet you at your place and walk you back? We could take the bus too.
Oh, no, you really don't have to bother.
It's seriously no bother. I'm not doing anything right now, so.
No, it's fine, really. I want to walk by myself for a while, gather my thoughts.
Ooh, well, if you're sure, call me if you need me to come, alright?
Okay, thank you. I'll be seeing you shortly then.
See you in a bit.
I'm just gonna be I'm traumatized. I'm gonna know.
Yuri's coming over, huh? Oh man, I really need to clean this place up. I can't help but think that it would have been easier for me to just go over to her place. Oh well, I've got to take better care of my house anyway. Can't believe how hard I'm breathing just from cleaning things up. Granted, I've really been speeding a lot to finish on time, but still, right on cue, the doorbell rings.
Oh,
hopefully I don't look as fast as I
it better
feel.
be Yuri, and you better not.
Hey Yuri.
Okay. Hello, Review 2. Thanks for having me on such short notice.
Haha. It's all good. What kind of boyfriend would I be if I wasn't accommodating to you? To be honest, it still feels a little surreal when I think about how I'm dating Yuri. Judging by the blush on Yuri's face, she feels the same way.
Even if you say that as your girlfriend, I should be considerate of your schedule too.
Yeah, well, my schedule's completely free right now, so come on in.
Free for the night.
Yuri smiled, a shy smile that pulls at my heart. A gust of wind whistles in through the open door, momentarily causing us to shiver. It's gotten pretty cold outside, huh?
It's definitely winter, although it's my favorite season, the chill can be less than comfortable.
Good thing I know the perfect remedy for that, cuddling together indoors with a good book.
That does sound wonderful.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Any hot tea that you have would be perfect.
Fine by me. I think I've got some green or black tea left. I quickly pop into the kitchen and start searching through the cabinets. Pots, pans, baking spices. Did I somehow run out? I don't even drink tea that often. As I shove a box of cake mix back onto a shelf, a couple of packets, powder fall onto the floor. What's this? Wonder if this would do. Hey, oh, I didn't leave you waiting for too long.
Really, it's fine. It makes me happy just being here.
Not as happy as I am with you here. Man, when did I turn into such a cornball? That cheese and lime made Yuri giggle.
Hopefully you didn't like put cocaine in the tea.
Anyone? I don't think anyone would be hiding cocaine in his house.
Sorry.
Anyway, I couldn't find any tea, but I did find this, if you'd like to try it out. I hold the packets of cocoa powder for Yuri to examine. Cocoa powder's white? What? I don't think it's white.
I think it's powder, and the coca... Couldn't coca turn to marijuana?
No, coca is for like cocoa.
Well, whatever, coca. I'm just gonna type in cocoa powder. Hot coca? I've never had the powder version before, but let's try it.
Oh, your adventurous side is coming out, eh?
Maybe. I'm not one to turn down a hot drink during the winter.
Let's get going then. In a few moments, we have two steaming mugs of instant cocoa in front of us. Having just been mixed, a tan froth swirls into a spiral on the surface. Here appears down in the liquid with a look of anticipation. Still can't believe that you've never had instant cocoa before. I bet that are the type of person to heat up the milk on the stove rather than in the microwave too.
Face. Microwaves are simply inferior devices as compared to stoves.
Damn, Yuri. Jeez.
Jeez, chill. Like, you're probably right, but like, still.
Of course. Well, you gonna try it then?
I suppose so.
She raises the mug to her lips and takes a hesitant sip. It's a strange look on her face. I mean, I don't expect an instant powder to be able to match up with the real thing, but I can't tell if she likes it or not. What do you think?
I don't really know how to describe it. It tastes
Like it was made from an instant mix?
exactly.
We both chuckle at that, filling the warm kitchen with warmer laughter. Yuri closes her eyes and sighs contentedly, tracing the rim of her mug with a finger.
I remember my mother making me hot cocoa during Christmas time when I was younger. Even now, I can never make cocoa. I can never make my cocoa as creamy as she could.
Take it. Take that hint. You dense fuckwad. Don't you self-cook? Jordan! Can I erase him?
Delete.
Don't you still have cocoa with your mom? You can just freeload off her. Haha.
And that face is gonna be like, that is,
Oh, come on.
I used to freeload off of her for many more things during the holidays.
Okay, now he needs to take this hint. If he doesn't, I'm going to kill him.
It's called Old Wounds, and this dude just is like, yeah, open them up. Just getting like a chainsaw. It's like,
Yeah, literally at this moment he's taking a chainsaw and just.
Once I even end up eating all her peppermint bark.
Oh, I've had peppermint bark. My grandmother has a good recipe. It's pretty good. Oh, I didn't know you had such a sweet tooth. Now that I think about it, though, Yuri has shown a propensity for eating sweets before.
Well, it's a bit more understated now, but when I was in elementary school, I definitely did. I suppose I grew out of it. Anyway, I believe that one of the reasons why my mother started teaching me how to cook was because I was always asking her to cook something for me.
That makes sense. I think my mom probably wishes she did that as well.
Yeah, I was quite the voracious eater as a child.
If we'd been friends as kids, we probably could have eaten our parents out of house and home between the two of us. Actually, I guess Sarah and I kind of did that anyway, huh?
Sarah's appetite is forever insatiable.
Insatiable, I think.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever, it would seem.
You got that right.
Did the two of you spend your Christmas time together then?
We were practically thick as thieves within a week of our first meeting. I think we spent every single Christmas together until middle school.
That was when you two drifted apart, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I still feel kind of guilty about that.
And that fucking nightmare.
That didn't help.
Was it not mutual, the diminishing of your friendship, I mean?
It happened kind of naturally, in my opinion, so I guess it was mutual. I don't know. That was around the time the divorce was happening, so I was preoccupied with my own angst at the time, too. I'm sure that contributed a lot to it.
I see. It's no wonder that you might have felt like not talking then.
Guess so. Sarah, my mom, and I used to be really close back then.
Your mother must be busy working now, but you can still maintain your relationship with Sarah, couldn't you? After all, you did spend this past Christmas with her, along with the rest of the Literature Club.
I want to tell Yuri that I've kind of dropped off and hanging out with Sarah.
Fucking hell, you do that, and then you're like...
Yeah, but I still feel like it's not enough to make up for everything. Like, I'm not the only one with problems, right?
Yes, but that doesn't invalidate your issues to a degree, too.
I really value your friendship, but at the same time, it feels weird to suddenly talk to her about this stuff. How am I supposed to act all moody with such a bright and bubbly girl? Hell, I don't even know much about her current life. I don't know who her friends are, or whether she likes anyone, or if anyone likes her. So it gives me the right to butt back into her life again.
But if you still want to remain close to her, and I suspect that you do, you'll have to somehow comfort the guilt within you. Maybe if you speak to her about it, you'll find out she doesn't blame you for anything at all. Actually, I think that's what she'd likely say to you.
Yeah, Sarah is the type of person to forgive and forget. I've always liked her optimism. It's kind of balanced out my occasional cynicism.
What do you think the two of you would have been if you hadn't drifted apart?
I don't know, really close for one thing. I'd probably be a lot more tired all the time from taking care of her. Have you seen the way she can come out of her house in the mornings? She can be pretty needy, but in a good way.
I'm sure you're only exaggerating. After all, Sari is a cute girl.
Oh. George V2, you're the most oblivious guy in existence.
Yes.
If we hadn't drifted apart, I probably would have joined the literature club sooner too. And I could have met you sooner. Who knows, in another timeline we could be celebrating our 1-year anniversary already. That's a relatively good save, isn't it?
Maybe.
I'd give anything in the world for those moments, though. For these moments, when we were just talking together in a cozy place. Slide my fingers between Yuri's and squeeze her hand, which remains limp in my grip. Please don't be as upset as my imagination is making you out to be. Suddenly, Yuri pushes her chair back and stands up.
Sorry, but gotta use the bathroom. Oh, she's getting all intense.
It's either cutting or the other thing.
I don't think it's the other thing.
Probably the cutting.
It's probably that. I already read the line though.
Oh, of course. You know where it is, right?
Yes, now. Please, excuse me.
Very quickly leaves the room, leaving me alone with our long, cooled cocoa.
You know, you aren't messing it up. She really...
Why do you always have to mess things up?
I think she really liked that line, but yeah.
Put my head down on the table, closing my eyes and letting out a heavy sigh. Damn, don't fall asleep again. Table is cool in my forearms, but I can feel my cheeks heating up in... What is it? Embarrassment? Guilt? Urgh, I can't tell. Just calm down, Derby2. Calm down. ... Huh? Did I manage to doze off? Must have developed narcolepsy or something. More importantly, though, where's Yuri? Is she still in the bathroom? I probably only knocked out for a minute or two. Holy. It's dark outside?
Fucking... You just napping on the counter till dark?
How fucking long did he sleep?
And Yuri's still in the bathroom.
For an hour! He's been asleep for an hour.
And it's dark.
Maybe Yuri left already? It would be in character for her to not want to disturb me in my sleep.
Oh no, she's...
I better check the bathroom though, just in case.
No.
This is not good. The door is closed, and I don't want to try the doorknob just in case Yuri's still in there.
Oh.
Jordan, shit's about to go down. I'm scared, and I'm not happy, but I'm scared, but this needs to happen. There's a sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air
line,
through her teeth.
That's a classic line from...
Yuri, are you in there? A loud yelp sounds from within, followed by the clattering of something
falling
on the floor.
A knife falling
That's
on the
clattering,
floor.
That's metal, oh god. Are you hurt? Hold on, I'm coming.
No!
To my relief, the doorknob turns in my grasp. This might be an invasion of privacy, but if she's hurt... Oh god. Damn. Those are some deep, but you see how they're back and forth like that across? Yeah. She just, if she wanted results, she would go
yeah, but she doesn't want results.
Down. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yuri. Huh?
She looks very shocked.
She quickly pulls her sleeves down. She grimaces in pain as she does so. It must have agitated her fresh wounds. It seems that my brain is short-circuited. I have no idea where I should look. I somehow can't bring myself to make eye contact. Yuri's opted to hide her face behind a sheet of hair, nervously waving a strand of hair between her fingers. Yuri, did you do that?
Face. Would you believe me if I said that I didn't? No, I wouldn't.
What did you use? Yuri's eyes darted downwards for a second. There's a bloody razor blade on the floor. The tiles around it spattered with tiny droplets of blood. A razor blade? Interesting. Gingerly picked it up with 2 fingers and wrapped it in a wad of toilet paper.
It's probably easier to hide a razor blade than a fucking knife.
Yeah, that's true. And have you been cutting yourself in here this whole time? No answer. She still won't look at me. Why? Was it because of what I said about Sayori?
No, that's not it.
Yuri,
yeah.
I'm sorry, truly. I should have been more considerate. I didn't mean to come off that way. I was just... She finally breaks her silence.
No.
Yuri.
It's not your fault to read to. I'm afraid it's just me and my own failings.
What are you talking about? If I hadn't said anything.
This would have been inevitable.
Huh? I don't get what you were
I
saying.
want to fucking murder him.
Could you help me understand, please?
I want to murder.
Okay. But could you give me a little time to clean up and think things through a bit?
Of course, I'll be waiting in the living room.
Wait.
What is it? Do you need any help?
I just need some bandages and rubbing alcohol to clean, dress my arm.
There should be some in the medicine cabinet over there. Feel free to help yourself to anything you need. And tell me if you need any help.
I got it. Now, excuse me.
Shuffle out of the bathroom, although not before I pocket the toilet paper covered razor blade. That thing is going straight into the trash. Yuri. My body feels like stone as I sink into the couch. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to think. Reality of it all is just beginning to hit me. Yuri cuts herself. It's true that I've never seen her without long sleeves before. But how could she be doing such a thing, and why? Does her family know about it? Is this guy really that stupid? I know something traumatic just happened to him, but like, come on.
Family know about it? Yeah.
All of a sudden, an abundance of thoughts pours into my mind as if a dam had bursted in my brain. With the shock worn off, there's just too much to think about. Is Yuri seeing a doctor for this? There's gotta be some kind of therapist that specializes in this, right? Well, there's therapy. That
Yeah,
is a
but
thing.
she's social anxiety. I'd like she would go to a therapist herself.
And, well, he could go with it.
I know. But I'm saying that right now.
Oh god, that could be a choice.
I'm just saying, like, right now, she
Yeah.
is not seeing anyone.
And I hate to think about it, but is Yuri
No,
suicidal?
that's Sayori. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, that's Sayori. I'm so lost in my ruminations I hardly notice when Yuri's in front of me. Oh, you're out. Are you okay? Sorry, that was a moronic thing to say. Are you good to talk, though? If you're not comfortable, you don't have to.
No, it's okay. I feel terrible if I were to leave you clueless.
Really? You don't have to force yourself.
But this is a sort of situation where I do need to force myself.
Oh god, we're in a cycle of uncomfortable politeness. Well, if you're sure. But just remember that you don't have to tell me everything if you're not ready to yet.
Thank you, V2.
We sit together in silence for a moment, even though we're right next to each other. It feels like there's an unfathomable gap in between us. Gap that I may never be able to comprehend. Yuri clears her throat.
V2, just so you know, this isn't any of your doing. I know what you're thinking. You probably think that I'm jealous of Sayori, and that's why. That's why I cut myself, right?
Yeah, that is what I was thinking, but I'm guessing that it's not true. She nods slowly.
To be honest, I am actually jealous of Sayori, but not in that way. I trust you, V2, even to know that you wouldn't secretly harbor feelings for someone else, that is. I'm jealous of Sayori as a person. I wish I were anyone but me.
Tears start pulling in the corners of Yuri's eyes as her voice starts to waver.
I wish I could be cute, bubbly, and energetic. Not this gloomy, self-pitying, Malik toast of a girl.
She struggles to get the words out through her tear. Her strength and shudder marking the severity of her emotional turmoil.
I looked
Yuri.
up. I looked up, and then
I was trying not to, but I couldn't hold back anymore.
That's not all either. I'm just jealous of your relationship with Sayori. I could never imagine being that close to someone. To be more accurate, I'm jealous of the relationship itself.
I reach out to hold Yuri in my arms, but stop when she flinches
Yeah,
at my
she got a
touch.
fucking wound
But
on
what
her
about
arm.
us? Don't you think that we're close? I love you just the way you are, Yuri. She shakes her head, wiping at her face with the sleeve.
I've been keeping all these secrets from everyone, including you.
Well, he has secrets too. That guy that you remember that
It's
drawer
us.
thing?
That guy, it's us. You're not talking to a real person. Talking to us.
It's like a self-exile, isn't it?
The wavering laugh she makes breaks my heart.
How can I be so close to someone if I can't help but hide my true self?
Yuri, I don't really know what to say except to deny your claims. There's a reason why I started dating you, because I love you. And these thoughts, this is why you cut yourself today? Do you do it often?
Face. I harm myself when I get overwhelmed by my emotions. Obviously, I wasn't thinking straight when I went to the bathroom just then. I hate myself so much sometimes that I need to take it out on my skin and flesh. How else am I going to receive my just punishment?
Punishment? You don't need to be punished for anything. You need to stop doing this to yourself, Yuri.
Okay.
I just don't want him to fuck up.
Look, there's gonna be a choice that's gonna
There
pop up
goddamn
soon.
better be.
Like-
She gives me an absolutely miserable look.
I know, but I don't know if I can.
Could you please try to stop, though? Please? Have you talked to your...
Fucking
God
fucking,
damn it!
Fucking...
This is... At this point, she needs to just flat out tell him. Have you talked to your parents about it? Could they help?
face.
There's a long moment of silence. When Yuri finally speaks, it's barely audible.
I imagine they would have done everything in their power to help me.
Suddenly hits me like a truck. God damn it, he
Oh
finally
no, it's not like
realized.
just a truck. It's like a fucking fighter jet. Just bring him to space.
It finally hits me like the universe.
Yeah, the universe just slamming down on
Yuri's
this one dude.
parents are dead.
Yep.
Didn't fucking realize that, you idiot. All these clues, and I never noticed it. Yeah, we were screaming at you.
Like the
but,
very
like,
first time she
Yeah.
mentioned anything, it was like,
her nervousness whenever I asked about her family, her constant use of the past tense when talking about them. You noticed that, and you thought nothing of it. I'm going to slit your throat. My eyes begin to
give me the
tear
razor
up.
blade that you have in your pocket. Give it to me.
My
Or in the
eyes
trash
begin
now.
to tear up at the realization of all the pain that Yuri's been through. She looks like she's trying to put on a strong front, but tears quickly begin to roll down her face again. They're gone, aren't they?
Oh, that's a fucking great thing to say. They're gone, aren't they?
All at once, she buries her face in my chest, muffling her quiet weeping. Yuri. I gently wrap my arms around her. We sit together like that for who knows how long. The warmth of our embrace reassures me, telling me that Yuri is safe with me for now. But at the same time, a voice in the back of my head says that her mind, her thoughts, are unreachable. All I can do now is hold her, lonely as she is in the land of tears.
Fuck.
Yuri. She stopped crying by now, but still seems to be hiding from the world in my chest.
Sure to be too.
Do you want to go to bed now? We can talk about anything else you want in the morning.
Yes, that sounds nice.
She slowly rises up and stretches, combing through her hair with her fingers. Oh, and one last thing. And tell me if it's too personal for you to share.
What is it?
Do you ever think about killing yourself?
No. Sorry, but no. I don't want to die, but I can't find any other way that I could cope with this life.
I see. Can't say that I completely understand it, but I'm extremely relieved to know that.
Could we go to bed now? I'm afraid that I'm emotionally exhausted.
Of course, let's head upstairs then. If you take my bed, I'll just sleep on the couch in the living room or something.
But wait,
Yuri suddenly reaches out and takes hold of my sleeve.
we can sleep together
Huh? A blush reddens Yuri's pallid face.
in the same bed. It would be unfair to ask you to do otherwise.
That's a pretty big bed. You can make it work.
Yeah, you can make it work. Please don't leave me alone.
Don't worry, I'll never do that to you. We get ready for bed and soon find ourselves snuggled together under the covers. Neither of us speak, but the silence of the room is imbued with a certain understanding. Yuri clings onto my arm as we fall asleep together, her slender arms intertwined with mine. Right as I'm about to succumb to sleep, I hear a murmur from Yuri.
Don't leave.
My tongue is thick from drowsiness, but I manage to get one word out in reply. Never.
God.
Fucking.
This is going better than I thought, though.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna fuck it up, but he hasn't so far.
I know, but there's gonna be a choice in the future, and I hope it's an easy one to make. I hope it is.
As I'm slowly roused back into consciousness, I let out a long yawn, watching the faint streams of sunlight permeate my room. I'm still feeling a little drowsy, so I should just... Wait, why does my chest feel so warm?
Someone's on your
As my eyes take in the sight in front of me, the memories from last night come flooding back. The cuts, the fear on her face, the plea to stay with me overnight. One of her sleeves is pushed up slightly, affording me a sight I'd rather I didn't have access to, seeing such marks on Yuri's pale arm, some of which still look fairly new. I wince as though it's my own flesh which bears the scars. Why? How? So many questions. A small sound from Yuri pulls me away from the flurry of thoughts in my head. It sounds like a content sigh, If I look closely, I can make out a small smile on her face as she clings to me a little harder. A wave of happiness courses through me, which, having seen her scars again, feels a little foreign. Still, it feels incredible to have someone you love cuddle up against you in their sleep. Something about the physical closeness during such an intimate moment. Reach out and gently stroke the top of her head. She smells faintly of lavender, her hair soft and silken. It's a given that someone like Yuri takes care of herself, I suppose with no parents around. Is that when she started? No. I don't want this moment to ruined by anything. We can talk about all of that stuff later. I want to see her happy, so for now, I just focus on the smell and softness of her hair, along with the feel of her head on my chest. I don't know how long we stayed in that peaceful embrace, but eventually Yuri stirs, offering me a smile as she rises from my chest. Rubbing her eyes as she slowly sits up, she lets out a small yawn. Silence for a moment.
You were up before I was?
Yeah, hard to believe, right? Don't worry, I find it just as hard to believe as you do. My attempt at humor is weak. Yuri laughs as well, but it's easy to tell that it's a little forced. There's no denying the tension. The elephant in the room may have been averted while we were sleeping, but there's no escape now. So, Yuri, I was wondering. She abruptly gets out of bed and heads for the door. Without a glance back in my direction, she speaks. Her assertive tone surprises me.
Let's make breakfast, Ruby, too.
But,
Please.
she turns to face me, and while she isn't making eye contact, I can read the message on her face. Not yet. Wearily, I climb out of bed and follow her down the hallway, wondering how the rest of the day will go. Probably a weekday. Well, actually,
I feel like he would have gotten Yuri up if that was the case.
yeah. No, a weekend, I mean.
Yeah, you should have said that instead
Yeah,
of weekday.
to say that breakfast wasn't a comfortable affair would be quite the understatement. Yuri wasn't making eye contact and even stopped frequently to ensure her sleeves were completely covering her wrists. Every time she picked up a knife to cut some food, I couldn't help but wince. My mind was doing me no favors as she cut herself with a knife. Last night she used a razor blade. Does she have a stash of them at her home? Or is her cutting habit related to her knife collecting hobby? So you knew about that shit and you didn't... Actually, now I think about it, getting her a knife was probably not a good idea.
Yeah, to get fucking...
The tension has grown tenfold since she woke up. I'm desperately trying to think of a way to break the uneasy silence, but I can't come up with anything. Diplomacy can only get me so far. How am I meant to even approach the topic? I've never had a friend who self-harmed before. Staring to the last remaining crumbs of my meal, eating in silence has proven to be unbelievably awkward. Desperate for something to do, I stand up and head for the sink. At least the prospect of washing up my plate gives me something to focus on. As I stand by the sink, Yuri's voice pierces the silence.
I'm really sorry
For what? She gestures around her.
for this. For everything.
I dump the unwashed plate in the sink and walk over to her. She's staring forlornly at the ground. You don't have to apologize for anything. Seriously. Am I the only person who knows?
Yes.
Then, well, sorry if I sound presumptuous, but, well, I imagine it must be pretty hard, right?
Very much so. It's a little overwhelming.
Take one of her hands in mine. She's shaking. It's okay, Yuri. It's okay. Just take your time. There's no rush. She nods.
I imagine you probably have a few questions you want to ask.
There's no point trying to beat around the bush here. Yeah, there are.
Oh, is there gonna be like a choice on what question we're gonna ask? That'll be bad.
I wince at how direct that sounds. Then again, I am really curious, so I can't exactly win either way, can I? She takes a deep breath.
What would you like to know?
Oh boy, where do I even begin? How long has she been an orphan for? When did she start cutting? There are so many choices. It's probably best to start with an understanding of her self-harm, though. Well, why do you do it? She closes her eyes and slowly lets that breath out through her nose. She's still closing her eyes as she talks.
It's a way of coping.
Huh?
It's how I deal with the sadness and self-loathing within.
Self-loathing?
People have never liked me, Ruby, too. All throughout my life, I've never been accepted. People never understood me, nor did they ever take the time to try to. I've never been particularly sociable. As you can see, I much prefer to keep to myself. Now that alone wouldn't be too bad, some people might misread the introversion
but combining my fascination with horror and knife collecting hobby. These things combined tend to make people see me as a creepy freak, outcast.
Those are all reasonable things to be interested in. Knives, horror. I get it.
Yeah.
Knives are fun. I'm not. None of the modern horror is really good though. I like all of the old ones.
I'm not sure if Yuri will be into modern horror. You know.
Well, yeah. But yeah, a lot of the modern horror is just jump scares, and it's garbage.
We're halfway through this episode. Yay. That quiet girl in the back who doesn't speak much, the girl who's fascinated by the macabre. It's no wonder why they judged me. Anyway, so that's why.
She takes a few deep, shaky breaths in an attempt to calm herself down. I didn't realize how difficult this must be for you to talk about. I'm so sorry. The angry look on her face
Stop
startles
saying you're fucking sorry. I gotta do this. I gotta eventually do this eventually, you know?
Yeah, he should take an advice from his own book.
No. Don't you ever apologize for my own shortcomings, Sir Jovito.
Oh.
I deserve to be weak.
But you don't. Why would you even think that?
Because, like I said, I was always judged for who I was. Initially, I thought it was everyone else who was wrong.
She laughs bitterly.
Oh, such arrogance. No, it wasn't them who were wrong. It was me.
But
If it was just one person who judged me in such a way, well, I would be inclined to believe the problem lied in them. But it wasn't just one person. It was everyone. There gets to a point where you finally realize that it's not them who are the problem, it's you.
okay. From what I've heard from her, people were judging her at face value. But then she was starting to take that as them really knowing her. And that's where this came from.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, if this dense fuckwad doesn't fuck this up,
Look, there's gonna be a choice, and soon.
I'm scared.
And I'm scared. I want it to be the easiest choice ever to make. That's all.
It's not going to be
I
Jordan.
know. It was bad, but I could deal with it because I at least had my parents to help me, and then they had been in there.
Given I'm the first person who knows of her self-harm,
Yeah.
does that mean, as if by reading my mind, Yuri answers that very question?
No, not even my parents, you know. And that's when it began. I hated keeping my self-harm from them. I didn't want them to know. It scared me enough as it was, and I couldn't imagine how much it would scare them. I was terrified when I first tried it. I remember the day it started. Some other students mocked me relentlessly because I stuttered during a class reading.
Okay, well now that's just a dick move. Fucking bastards.
I always used to dread reading aloud, and I remember at lunchtime, I locked myself in one of the bathroom stalls. I didn't mean to cut myself, I just wanted to admire one of my knives. Despite it being a constant reminder of what's wrong with me, it's just holding something so dear to me was comforting. I gripped it too hard, and that's when I discovered it. The rush.
Oh damn.
The rush that felt like the perfect release. It was tangible, but it was also terrifying. It felt so good having that physical release, but I was in shock. I couldn't believe what I've done. Felt like such a freak.
I don't know what to say. Words are beyond me at this point. How am I even meant to reply to what I'm hearing?
Why? My parents were the only people who ever accepted me for who I was.
Well, yeah, of course, parents know you for who
And they
you
care
truly
about
are, and all the other people
Unless
are
they're
dumb.
dickheads, unless they're like really this piece of shit.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't know about the self-harm, they never judged me for my taste in literature, nor did they question my interest in knives. Ugh, well, school was a torment. I sought solace in knowing that no matter how bad it would get, I was safe at home. And then what happened? Oh man, what happened
Fresh
to the
tears
parents?
start to trickle down her face once
What
more.
happened? Until they died. And just like that, I lost them. The only support I ever had.
I reach out to brush away Yuri's tears. She doesn't move or do anything else to acknowledge that I'm even there. Throughout her heart-wrenching explanation, Yuri had been trying to maintain control over her voice and face. Stuttering and pained expressions that occasionally flickered over her features showed all I needed to know. As I scoop her into my arms, the dam that she's been trying so hard to contain finally bursts. She sobs unrestrainably incredibly into my chest as her anguished cries fill the room.
I miss them so much, Ruby too.
My vision is blurry as she drenches the front of my shirt. I can physically feel her cries on my chest, right next to my heart.
I want to see them again. I want to stop pretending that the person in my arms is right now is my dad. There isn't anything I give to hear them ask me how my day was, even if it was awful.
Holy shit, she's got a lot of shit she needs to sort out, which she can't do this alone, and I think even with our help would be a struggle.
Yeah.
I feel like he should suggest therapy and then, like, push it. Like, she's probably gonna not want to, but, like, push it. Because, like, this is way beyond his depth at this point.
Yeah, but if she gets, like, we have to be careful, because, like she said, if she gets too emotional, she's gonna fucking do it.
Well, yeah, but...
And if we push it too hard, she gets, like, angry or pissed. That's...
Yes, but true, but...
I know, yeah. I'm just saying...
He can't handle this alone.
He cannot handle this alone. Anything at all. Please.
My brain is in a frenzy. Say
Fuck,
something,
fuck,
Jervy,
fuck,
too.
fuck,
Yuri,
fuck.
it's going to be okay.
No choice.
You're not alone
No
anymore.
choice, no
I'm
choice.
here. I'm with you.
Okay, good.
And I'm never going to leave you. You fucking better stick to that statement, or I will come through this screen and fuck you in the ass with a knife. I promise.
Okay.
She looks up with big, wet purple eyes.
You really mean that? Because I don't know what I'd do if I lost you as well, Drew.
Oh god, he better not, like, die before her and then she just, like...
If he dies before, it better be, like, when he's 80.
Yeah, well, still, she would probably kill herself anyways.
I know, but still, 80 better be 80.
Of course, I mean it. I swear on it. You are my girlfriend, and I love you.
Even after everything I just told you.
She gestures miserably to her wrist.
Even with these.
The venomous disdain in her voice is frightening to hear. I wasn't even sure she was capable of such scorn, negativity. I love you for who you are, Yuri, which includes everything you hate about yourself. Scars or not, you are my girlfriend, and nothing is going to change that.
Oh, should be too.
Strange look comes over her face while her breathing grows ragged and fast-paced.
Overwhelmed with emotion.
Yuri, are you okay?
Sorry, this is just so much to take in.
Her hand suddenly darts to her wrist. In that instant,
yeah,
I suddenly
too much
realize
emotion.
the situation we're in. Yuri, stay with me. Please.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Focus on my voice. Look at me. I'm doing my absolute best not to descend into an utter state of panic. For both our sakes, I can't let her start cutting again. She's tentatively scratching at the flesh on her wrist. Starts off slow but quickly grows in frequency and intensity. If he doesn't stop her, those wounds are going to open up again.
Yeah.
In desperation, I reach for her hand. Yuri, just talk to me. Say something, anything. What's going on in your mind? I'm not sure if asking her to describe the urge is going to help. It could actually be harmful. But I'm afraid I'm finding it hard to think straight, and the tiny voice of reason in my head is telling me that distracting her and forcing her to talk to me is the right thing to do.
Are you just gonna get fucked? She's gonna fuck.
Hey, if she doesn't cut herself.
I need a release. Whenever I feel like this,
She tries to wrench her hand free from my grip, but there's no way she's getting free. Tilt her head up so she has to make eye contact with me.
My body needs the pain. I need the control. The cutting helps me make sense of everything.
Sense of everything? She swallows and her eyes focus on mine.
The physical pain is something tangible that I could actually feel, something that I could make sense of.
Ah. Interesting.
When I feel emotionally overwhelmed, I feel so powerless. The cutting helps me regain that control that I desperately need. It sounds I know it sounds crazy, but it helps me feel alive. When I'm so mentally overwhelmed, the numbness, it's without mercy. So I need something to focus on. And that's exactly what the pain serves as.
But why do you have to use a blade? Can't you just, I don't know, pinch yourself or scratch? Fucking idiot. This is beyond his capabilities at this point. I know he's trying to help, but like, come on, dude.
You have no idea what the urge like to.
She's right.
My whole body screams for that release. Scratching or pinching just will never satisfy that urge.
Yuri's breathing slowly grows more regular. She's no longer trying to wrench her hand free from my grasp, so I tentatively let her go, although I remain close, anticipating another attempt.
I've never been in a position where I have the urge to cut when I'm around someone else.
Do you still feel the need to cut?
Yes, but it's a lot more manageable now, I think I'll be okay.
My God, am I relieved to hear that. I had no idea how to deal with this.
I told you I was a freak.
You're not a freak. You've just been through a lot, and cutting happens to be how you deal with the trauma.
It's hardly a healthy coping mechanism, though, is it?
Well.
No, it isn't. That doesn't even need to be said.
Okay, so yeah, it isn't a healthy way to cope at all, but either way, I'm just glad you told me.
Why are you glad, Rurubito? And more importantly, how can you not think I'm a freak?
I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't see this as freakish behavior at all. It makes me sad, sure, but it doesn't creep me out. Plus, I like to think I have an open mind, you know. Your smiles fully at my words.
You remind me a little of my father. He was the only one who introduced me to life. He was the one who introduced me to knives back when I was just a little girl.
As eager as I was to learn about her self-harm, I'm grateful that this is an opportunity to discuss something else. Incident just now was just staggering. What were your parents like?
Oh, they were wonderful. I couldn't have asked for better.
You never told me about how you first got into horror. It's a guess, but was it your parents who introduced you to the genre? After everything that happened so far today, the genuine smile on her face truly is a sight to behold.
How did you know?
I'm psychic. Nah, kidding. I'm just very intuitive. That fuckwad was so dense he couldn't figure out her parents were dead after the millions of clues.
Months. And it's like, yeah, no.
I'm very initiative. Yeah, sure, fucking
intuitive,
asshole.
not initiative.
Whatever.
I very English good.
I just had an idea. Why don't you tell me more about them over a nice cup of tea? I don't know about you, but I'm definitely in the mood for a hot drink.
I like that a lot.
Awesome, let's get started then. As I was hoping, the change of topic combined with the relaxing tea has really helped to bring a sense of normality to the day. Of course, the after effects of the morning still linger in the air. Yuri is still on edge, but we're at least able to work around it.
Funnily enough, me into horror actually stemmed completely from chance.
What do you mean?
Well, one day, both my parents were out, and it was a rainy day, so I couldn't go outside. Naturally, I was confined to the house.
Oh man,
I was wandering around looking for something new to read. I happened to find a copy of an old ghost story that my father left out and immediately began reading. Given that it was a book from adults, I didn't really understand what was going on, but I was able to get the general gist. When my parents came back, my dad was surprised to see me reading it clearly. He didn't expect that I'd like it. I remember how my mother scolded him for being so pitiless. She didn't like the idea of a young daughter reading such a dark tale. I remember he pretended to be apologetic, but when she was out of sight, he eagerly asked me what he made of the story so far. It was obvious that I didn't really understand it, so he offered to read with me, help me out with the more complex words, and explain the story as he progressed.
What was the story about? Must be pretty good if you remember it so well.
You see, it was an old Victorian tale about a young governess who was sent to look after a family's young children at their summer home.
And there it is, that passionate fire in her eyes, the kind of fervor, only seen when Yuri talks about the interest she holds dear to her. How someone could ever shame someone for such a passion. It sickens me how cruel people can be.
She begins to see figures of a man and woman around the house, but the servants of the house deny seeing such figures. Soon the governess learns how her predecessors used to have a relationship with another employee, and before those two died, they spent much time with the children. Given that these figures seem to come and go at will, and haven't been seen by the other employees, he really suspects that they are supernatural in nature. Can't quite remember the ending, but what I'll never forget is the clever white writing. We, as readers, are never getting any concrete answers as if these figures are real or merely a figment of their imagination. Was it the governess just hallucinating, or did the ghosts of these people really prowl around the house?
Sounds to me like she's just imagining it, to be honest. Although it does seem kind of coincidental how the ghost seems to perfectly match the profile of her predecessor on her level.
Indeed. What more is that the young boy was revealed to have been expelled, and those heavily hinted that what he did to earn such a punishment was terrible in nature. With such a suspicious outlook, it's natural that the reader doubts the children's claim of innocence, especially when the governess asks if they, too, saw the figures.
Ghostly apparitions, creepy, suspicious children. I feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Yeesh. Even from Yuri's description, the plot sounds exceptionally gripping. There's a dreamy tone in Yuri's voice as she speaks.
And I remember my father encouraged me to question whether the ghosts were real. As a child, I took things as face value. The governess said she saw them, so that's what I believed. But he taught me how to approach things from another angle, how to consider other viewpoints in turn, and helped broaden my appreciation for such clever writing. And to this day, I still wonder if the ghosts were real.
So your analytical approach came from your dad.
I suppose you could say that, yes, he was always methodical and organized in nature, so it was a given that his personality rubbed off on me.
I think he'd be really proud of you, Yuri. He could see you now. Tears slowly linked down her face once more.
Would he? I hid so much from him.
Pull her close to me, tenderly caressing her cheeks with my hands. We all have our demons, Yuri. Everyone has things they regret and things they don't want other people to know. To hell with other people if they judged you for the things you liked or your quiet nature. Because I love your characteristics. Even if you hate them, I love them. They make you who you are. If you enjoy horror, if you enjoy collecting knives, who has any right to shame you for it? Fuck them. They don't know any better. Yeah! Fucking yes, that's what I would have fucking said. Kind of, probably.
You probably would have
A little more, yeah, a lot more aggressively. She gives me a watery smile.
Thank you, Yuri, too. You really do mean so much to me. And I'm so glad that we met. Having someone like you in my life is... I can't describe it in words.
Woo-wee. It must be tough, then, if even you can't describe it. Yuri makes a sound that sounds like a mix of laugh and a sob. Hey, Yuri,
Yes, Yuri, too?
if you don't mind me asking, when did your parents,
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to answer.
Last February, there was a car crash.
Damn, that's recent.
That's recent.
That's
yeah.
really recent.
That's like a year ago in the
I'm surprised the government didn't assign her a caretaker. You know?
I mean, maybe she does have a caretaker, who knows, but like probably not.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. It was probably insensitive of me to even ask.
It wasn't. I've been keeping a lot of things from you, so it's only fair that I should stop doing that. After all, you're my boyfriend now. It still feels a little strange to say that. Not in a bad way, though.
I feel exactly the same way, I still find it hard to believe that such a beautiful, intelligent girl fell for me. I must be the luckiest guy on the planet.
Don't be silly, Ruby, too. You have such a big heart, any girl would be lucky to have you. To be honest, I'm surprised that you and Sayori...
Sayori and I?
Yes, well, given your childhood friends, I imagine you would have gotten together with her after seeing her again. She would have been a much better girlfriend, too. Well, I feel like cutting is more tolerable than suicide.
Look at me.
But
It
yeah.
takes a little bit of coaxing, but eventually she reluctantly makes eye contact. Sayori will always be a wonderful friend of mine, yes. We have that history together. But I'm not living in the past. You and I have a special kind of connection that I can't explain. There's something about you that drew me in all those months ago.
But she's so happy, so energetic and bubbly. Wouldn't you rather have a girl like that instead of a broken, miserable mess like me?
I shake my head. That's not how I see things, Yuri.
Also, I don't think I'd rather be with a bubbly, energetic type of person.
Surprisingly, she doesn't back down.
Answer the question, Ruby, too.
Stare at her, both confused and surprised. I'd rather have you.
Even though I'm a ugly freak with those horrible scars all over me.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Jordan, this was not what
This
I was
is-
suspecting.
When I wanted easiest choice at all, this is the fucking hardest choice I've ever
Well,
seen.
actually, okay. Let's take it at the word's value.
Your scars are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
when you think of that, what do you think she would rather hear as her?
As her.
As her, I would
She's-
probably say scars.
Me too. Like,
But that might push in, or might get to her more.
I would think the other one would, because, like, she thinks that, like, these stars are, like awful, ugly, bad. That just makes her seem, like, irredeemable because of these scars. And if you accept those scars, it's like, yo, you know, they're a part of who you are, you know. But, like, fuck. Alright, just click the top one.
I still think this one would be better.
We told her that multiple times before and told her about the scars. We said you're beautiful to her before. It may not have as big an impact as your scars
But
are beautiful.
if you think about it, this
Could
could possibly encourage
bad.
her to
Yes.
do it more.
Yes, it could, but it also could not. Alright, let's just fucking go with it, alright?
Oh god.
Now it's time to panic.
Yes, they are not horrible, Yuri. Your scars are beautiful. By the way, if we catch any hint of
But
stuff
let's wait
going...
a bit, not
Okay.
like immediately, like if there's a hint.
Oh shit.
Alright, let's wait a bit. No. No, they aren't. They're nothing but a hideous, ugly reminder of who I am.
But
Sorry, but do you mind if we did something else? If it's okay with you, that is, because I'd rather not talk about this any longer, if that's alright.
Jordan,
Okay, slow to see what happens if you say you're beautiful.
I think we fucked up.
Look, let's wait and see if the other option is better. Alright? Let's check it out.
Yuri, either with or without your scars, you're beautiful, and nothing will ever change that.
Wow.
I like that a lot better
Yeah.
than what you said originally.
Yeah, that's like with or without you're beautiful. Why didn't they say that when it said you're beautiful? That
Well,
would have been a lot better.
The top one was going in on the scar thing. I
Yeah.
think this one is a
Yeah,
more
this-
safe bet.
Alright, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize.
No one will ever be able to convince me otherwise. I chose you for a reason. Never forget that.
I don't know. It's not that easy.
I know it isn't. Just try and remember, okay?
I'll try my best to be too.
You don't look particularly convinced.
It's not that I doubt the entirety of your words. It's just spent my entire life feeling this way, so as much as your words are a breath of fresh air, it's one of the things to hear them, but another thing to entirely to internalize them.
I'll be with you for as long as it takes. She closes her eyes and squeezes my hand.
Hearing that means much more than you could ever imagine. Anyway,
Sound of my stomach loudly gurgling fills the room. Wow, amazing thing. Timing is ever. drured
man,
me to.
even without your words, you still ruined the moment.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I suppose that is a good time to go make some food, don't you think?
Are you sure?
Yes, I think to return to normality, normalcy, fucking will do us good. Yes, fucking will do
okay.
us good.
Guess that makes sense.
I did find a dish online a few days ago that I want to try. Do you have any daikon by any chance?
I wouldn't even know where to start with cooking a daikon radish.
I'll take that as a no, then. I think the grocery store has some.
Lead the way.
By the way, Treasure V2,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for listening to me. It was daunting to share my self-harm with another person. After following me up for so long, I was scared of how you would react.
I didn't say the wrong thing, did I?
No, of course not. You've been really understanding. Most importantly, accepting. That's what I love about you. How tolerant you are. Well, and many other things.
Oh, look at that face.
No more crying.
Wow. I rub the back of my head in embarrassment. Yuri smiles bashfully at me.
Sorry, I'll stop embarrassing you now. Let's go.
Jordan?
Fucking, oh.
Oh. Shit.
Fuck, man.
It's Monday. God, I've never hated a Monday more than today. How am I supposed to focus on classwork after everything that happened last weekend?
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, that's a... Oof.
Why can't I just stay home with Yuri all day? I just want to cuddle under the covers with her and talk until I can truly understand her. Well, technically I could do that, but Yuri definitely wouldn't spring for it. Knowing her, she'd balk at the thought of missing school, despite having all these problems and the bullies to deal with. Actually, that's kind of strange how she never misses school. Even if she's a total bookworm, she's got to feel at least some reluctance, right? Especially on the bad days, or on the days when the bullies come after her. Fortunately, the bullies only target her when she's alone, and between the club and I, Yuri's not alone often anymore. But even if the bullies are taken out of the equation, it can't be easy going to school sometimes. Even my unwillingness can be that strong on exam days. How much
if,
she feel on
yeah,
certain
you
days?
keep saying even it was if.
She said that she cuts when she's feeling overwhelmed. Don't tell me she at school. Damn it, Jerk V2. Stop thinking about these things. Stop doubting Yuri. But aren't I right in worrying about Yuri like that? Is this doubt well placed? Maybe doubt is the wrong word. After all, I'm just genuinely worried about both her mental and physical health. How can I not after seeing her arm like that? I don't even know if she cuts it anywhere else on her body either. Well, she did complain about the leg thing, so...
I mean, who knows? I think that could have just been, like, nothing there besides it.
She's gotta have done that, right? There's only so much you can cut a single arm. Burying my face in my hands, I sigh. Why do I suddenly feel so guilty about thinking these things? I want to change how I see Yuri, but at the same time, just can't help
Focus
it.
in class.
Do I just ignore it and try to treat her normally? But I still have to be careful of triggering an episode. At the same time, I don't want to expect that she cuts 24/7. She doesn't do that, does she? I don't even know how often she harms herself. Obviously, she can't do it when she's talking to someone, but when she's alone. Well, she only said that she does it when her feelings come to a head, though. A freak. She called herself a freak. I have to wonder, did she start calling herself that on her own accord, or did she internalize others' words? Sleeping again, Jerk V2. Not this time, I swear. Poof, see to it that I don't catch you sleeping anymore, young man. You got it. I did notice that you were zoned out the whole day, though. Anything up with you? Nah, not really. I've just been thinking about stuff. By the way, what would you define a freak as? Why are you asking this all of a sudden? Just answer the question. I guess a freak would be a person who's abnormal. Huh? That's it? But can't you say that I'm a freak then? If, for instance, I watch anime more than the average person? Well, no. A freak would be abnormal in a grotesque kind of way. That is, if you were to call someone a freak in a mean-spirited manner. There are loads of different definitions you could use, so you kind of need the context for it. Why? Someone bullying you? Shiority's tone suddenly sharpens into a more serious one. No, but thanks for the concern. She immediately relaxes at that. That's why we elected her as the representative. She genuinely cares about the class. I'm just wondering, if you ever need to think out loud, I'll be here. That's my duty as class rep. No, as your friend. Yeah, thanks. If we're in the same class next term, I'll be sure to vote for you again. Thanks. Are you heading to the literature club after this? Yep. What are you doing after school? I'm in the kendo club. Dang, I know you were part of band club, but I didn't know you also did kendo. Yeah, I may be short, but I'm pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. I'm trying to climb up the ranks in the club, which, any luck, I'll be captain of the team by the time I'm a third year. It'd be a dream to become the ultimate swordswoman. Given how passionate you are about it, I'm sure you will. The bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Speaking of which, I've got to go. See ya, Jerk V2. Have fun. My thoughts turn towards Yuri again as I leave the classroom. Hopefully it's not too much for her if I continue talking to her about everything. Should be a release for her, right? Or at least, I hope so.
Jerk V2.
Yuri's waiting for me at our usual spot. Hey, wanna get going?
Of course.
We walk in silence for a bit. It's like Yuri's secret is weighing down heavily on us, or on me at least. I don't know if the events of the weekend are on her mind as well. Maybe I'm just the one who's making things weird. Snap out of it, Yuri V2. Let's just lighten the mood a bit. You looking forward to the literature club?
As much as I would any other day, I suppose. Why, is there something special happening today?
No, it's just that it feels so normal to be going to the club. Like, after what happened on the weekend? God damn it, Jerry V2. You just can't help returning to this topic, huh? Well, felt like things would change. But here we are, doing the same things as usual. Not that doing the same things is bad, though. But GV2, it did change. You just haven't realized it yet.
Face.
Sorry for constantly talking about this stuff,
No, it's fine. It's only naturally you want to know more about everything.
However. No.
Not all change is necessarily bad. For instance, it's been freeing to be able to share these feelings with someone.
Here brushes her hand against mine, causing me to grab hold of it. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that change happened. We revive at the club room and step inside.
And we end the episode here.
For once, it seems like, yeah, we'll do that. Hey, y'all. Guess what?
We're ending this.
Yeah.
Once you get the.
Don't worry, we'll be like right back in like 5 seconds. Well,
Oh, we are? How long? We've made like 4 or 5 episodes already?
yeah, but this is getting good.
I know, but I have to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drink some water.